Yeah, so you were telling me about watching wrestling. What were you?
Yeah, so here's the thing. I went to a wrestling show outside recently, and it was interesting because I was trying to take myself out of being that person who's critiquing and trying to do this and that, and I was like, I just kind of want to, be a part of the crowd and stuff like that. But I found I had a little bit of a struggle with that. I just wondered, like, how do you do with like watching shows? Because you're watching more shows now than you're performing at.
Like you're at a show, you're not reffing the show.
Nope, I
You
was
were
just
you were just you just went to watch.
I was Dave the Watcher, is what I was doing. So, and it was one of those weird
Mhm.
things where it was kind of cool to just kind of like soak it in. But when you see guys, miss spots that they were, trying to do and they're covering it up and stuff like that, like you want to go like, oh, I bet I know what he was thinking. But if you're part of the crowd, you're not thinking that. You're just like, oh, what's he gonna do next? And you're wrapping yourself in, in the moment. Do you still have those moments when you're watching the stuff, or are you still watching from that mentor kind of eye, even with people that you may not even know that well?
Yes. So I have a hard time even watching wrestling to begin with. So, like, you remember, like, some of those guys are always talking about some pay-per-view or what happened last week on TV or something. I haven't watched like wrestling in like as a fan. I don't know when, like when I was a kid, maybe. You'd have like pay-per-view parties and stuff like that, like as being a fan. But like once I got into wrestling, I kind of just stopped watching it.
Right.
Um, and maybe I see here things like now social media is easy because you'll see clips and highlights and, everybody's posting, their stuff online. So you'll see things, but, yeah, no, it's tough to watch, especially like when I first came to, let's say like a JWA show where I wasn't really, it was like for the Hall of Fame thing, right?
Mhm.
I was just kind of a guest. I didn't really have anything to do with the show. I just showed up, and I was just kind of watching the show, and I'm like, this is kind of fun, it was a fun show. But the whole time I'm like, oh, why do they keep doing this? Why is that guy doing that? This doesn't make sense. They're not selling. Like, and then, the punch, like the one thing that gets me is like people's punches and like, or you got these real, like, you know, skinny guys that aren't, throwing their whole body into a punch, just
Right.
giving little love taps in there.
Right.
But and then afterwards I'll be like, hey, you did some cool stuff, but tweak this a little bit, tweak that a little bit. Like, whether you want it or not, you're getting the advice. you
Yeah.
know, some people are just like, oh yeah, that's cool, man. F you. But
Right.
like some guys actually want to hear it because they want to improve and get better. And then their next match, you'll see them do those things, or
Right.
they'll focus on them more, you know. But no, it's hard to watch. Like even I went to, I want to say several years back. I mean, we're talking probably like 8 years ago or something. Um, Jake and I went to Rockford for like a WWE show. They were doing some tapings there. I want to say it was a SmackDown or something, and we were pretty much like it wasn't front row, but it was like right there, And the whole time, and he'll tell you, I'm complaining about the punching. Like the entire time I'm complaining about the punching, and then Christian Cage comes out and he's just slapping dudes in the face, like straight out. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. And then I find myself, instead of watching the matches and getting excited about the stories, is I'm watching more of the production and then the crew that's coming in and changing out the aprons and all the things, or like getting the set up for the interview shows and stuff like that. Like there's so many people behind the scenes you don't even realize that are actually making the wrestling show happen. Not just the wrestlers,
Yeah, me and you have no idea what that side of things like. It's not like we were ever support staff basically to a wrestling federation of any sort. It wasn't.
No, it's crazy, dude. Like the amount of the time and effort that goes into a lot of this stuff is like people don't realize. I just like fans and don't realize, or even a lot of the workers. They just show up and do their match and go. Like, they don't realize the hours you're putting in that whole week. Even promoting the show, marketing the show, trying to book the show, trying to put matches together. Dealing with all the chaos behind the scenes. Like, they just don't see. You don't see it. You just come and pay your 10, $15 and see the show and then go, but no, I have a hard time watching, but now that I'm doing commentary a little bit more, I have to kind of like watch the matches.
Whoa, you actually watch the show when you're there?
But I do have fun on commentary, that's a lot of fun, just trying to make the other guys laugh. And because I pick out the most obscure things and just start ranting on it.
Do you find yourself with a unique voice there, or do you find yourself remembering things from just years past that commentary styles that other guys had? Like, are you gravitating towards like, oh, I'd love to be like Paul Heyman was when he was with whoever, or I'm taking a little bit of the brain when he was working with whoever? Like, do you find yourself when you're doing the commentary stuff gravitating towards the style? Or are you just doing you like you always do?
Not gravitating towards the style so much. But I was a big fan of like commentary and wrestling in the 80s, like, Bobby the Brain and like Jesse Ventura, and things like the little Savage for a little bit, would be on commentary. Yeah. And how they would just like banter back and forth. You'd have your like face commentator and your heel commentator, but I try to put my own kind of spin on those things. But I don't know, once in a while you might hear me reference something that I've heard in the past or something like that,
Well, I know just from personal experience that you definitely say quite a few different things from our personal stuff when you're commentating when I'm in there about me. And I know watching it later, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you dropped that thing there, dropped it in funny ways. Like you'll just throw in a little commentary just in a little spot about something stupid that I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. Like, I made some comment. Somebody called out on one of the things. Oh, yeah. So, Jake threw me like a comment, and it was like at one of the shows. I can't remember who was working, and I just commented on under somebody's tights, like their boxers were riding up, and I'm just like, and this match is brought to you by Hanes, like I'll just throw that out there randomly, and just I just have fun with it anymore,
Oh yeah, and that's been the cool part about being back and everything is just going back to your point of people don't realize the stress that was behind the scenes. Me and you were in a group chat that was pretty much firing off all the gosh dang time. Just with people with people having ideas and wanting things done. I left the shows at 1 a.m, went and ate food with everyone, got home by 3, was up editing videos until 8, so that way we could try to get them up by 10 the next day, like the post shows and stuff like that. And it's like people don't realize how much that makes you not have fun with it, right? Like you're sitting there going, how do I optimize this so I'm up until 6? How do I optimize it so we're out of the studio by midnight? How do we optimize it so this stuff's done before the show? And you're trying to find optimize everything, and then while you're optimizing everything, you stop having fun with it, right? You stop doing little things that make you remember why you enjoy doing it. And coming back with this latest run here, it's been a lot more fun having fun with it and not worrying about all that stuff, not worrying about like, hey, did they make sure to get the lights on and put the camera at the right angle and the refs were in the right spot and are we going to get the foot? Like I don't worry about that stuff anymore, and I can just have fun in the ring doing this fun stuff.
Oh yeah, well, like try, you like doing all that, and then throw in also working on the show, like as a performer. Like that's you're almost doing triple duty in some respect. Because I would do the same thing. Like you'd be like one of the last ones to leave, and then I would always just go straight home because I lived in the opposite direction. But then editing, trying to find the most efficient way to edit the promos and stuff. And dude, I would have those things done on a Sunday, ready to schedule out for the week. Like, and then on top of it, trying to come up with text, like verbiage to put with them. And like, you're doing a whole, you got to run some ads, you got to do, that whole thing. It's, yeah, it does take, some of the fun out of it for sure. So the more people you have helping out with those things, the better. If one guy can just focus on video editing or promotion or kind of delegating tasks like that to me, I was always like, how can we make things more efficient?
Right.
You know, like instead of filming in 4K, film in 1080 so it's quicker to edit.
Right.
Doesn't take up as much hard drive space.
Right. If your lights aren't going to be popping in the best of way,
Yeah.
like why are we doing the extra? Absolutely, editing
Yeah.
4K is just it adds so much time.
Just
But
like just little things like that, and then taking the time to invest in your own character and invest in putting on a show and entertaining fans and not trying not to get hurt,
right.
things like that. And then, but now it's nice because I hope I've been helping out a little bit with creativeness, commentary, and I like giving advice and things like that. A lot of people ask me to watch their matches. I try to watch all the matches to more of a critique instead of as a fan. I don't know one thing and I've watched a little bit of sometimes like you guys will be like, oh, I'm watching this pay-per-view. The most fun I had was watching with you guys because I'd never watched an AEW pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched that one where CM Punk came back.
Yeah.
Remember we were watching that one? And that was probably the most fun I've had, like watching a pay-per-view in a while. That was really cool. But I don't necessarily watch that show every week. I don't watch any of the other pay-per-views. Like I don't follow it that close. Like I have the, Peacock to see the network. But anytime the pay-per-views come up, I don't really watch them live. Sometimes I do on my phone a little bit, but if I catch them after the fact, I'm just kind of forwarding through what I want to watch.
Yep.
and then like it's maybe just like one or two matches, and that's kind of all I have time for.
I mean, that's what I'm doing a lot these days with WWE, and it's more now with the new regime and everything. But I find myself just watching the YouTube stuff so I can select the promos and matches I want to watch rather than have to sit through 3 hours of the show because I'm just not at the point where I'm willing to invest that much time. 3 hours on a Monday, 2 hours on a Friday, plus 2 hours on a Wednesday, plus an hour or two on Tuesday, plus an hour on Friday extra, to watch all these shows. It's too much for what it's not enough bang for buck anymore for me. So, I'm in that Discord chatting with the guys a lot. And it's fun to keep up that way. But yeah, it's been a while since I've sat down and watched a full pro or like high end show, high level show.
Yeah, see, I'm more interested now in who they're recruiting for training,
Mm-hmm.
like who they're signing to the developmental. They're going into like, I was just seeing a thing today. They're like, that new collegiate recruiting thing they have.
Yeah.
It's like, they're looking at like football players, volleyball players, some MMA, and jiu-jitsu, people, a little bit of basketball, volleyball kind of thing, and like seeing who they're recruiting. And like, I'll watch anytime they post a video, where they're, showing people like tryouts. Like, I like watching those and like the feedback.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more interested in that side of the business. And, I always enjoy a good, quick video of, screwing nameplates on a title belt, but
who doesn't love that?
Who doesn't love that? I mean, if you really want to know what I mark out for,
I mean, if you want to know what really gets me going,
nameplates on a title
nameplates.
belt. Yes, those are great. Whoever came up with that idea, genius. For sure.
Absolute genius. Absolute genius. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's cool to hear that, that you're still enjoying it, at least on the commentary side, watching these guys. Because you watch a lot of wrestling now. I mean, we do it, once a month now for 2-3 hours?
Yeah. And what's cool is, I've got to meet guys from other areas, guys that train at other promotions or from other states. That have been coming in, like, get to watch guys that I normally wouldn't see otherwise. And they've all been pretty cool, for the most part. And even, if I can help add a little something or help them tweak something, that's fun too,
Yeah, because we all know that you're just wanting everyone to chop a lot more.
Everybody chops, dude. I don't understand that.
I'm going to make this statement. Anybody can chop. You can teach anybody to chop. Pro wrestlers are better than that.
Yeah, we don't need to do that to each other. There's plenty of other things we can focus our energies on.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car cards, they get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me.